Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter. This is actually from Post Wrestling, postwrestling.com. PCO confirmed that his Impact Wrestling contract runs through October of 2022. He was on the Juice Pro Wrestling podcast to discuss his Impact Wrestling run and the length of his contract. So here's actually a quote from two quotes actually from PCO. It says, "I don't do that many indies because I'm pretty booked, solid with Impact. I'm under contract and I got a lot of work to do with them, but I try to do indies on some weekends off. Sometimes I pick one here and there, and Black Label Pro, they've been like one of my first dates, so it's been good. It's been a good one for me, since day one. So I was just there, man, winning the BLP Black Label Pro heavyweight title. It was awesome. It's great. I'm really looking forward to June 4th. There's a big Black Label Pro show. It'll be cool." So that's him talking about being booked up with Impact Wrestling. But as the conversation continues, PCO mentioned that he has had conversations with All Elite Wrestling, but he can't pursue that because he's under contract with Impact and likes to remain loyal to who he's signed to. He later added that his Impact Wrestling deal expires in October. So all wouldn't that be considered tampering? First of all, if he's under contract with Impact Wrestling, wouldn't that be if All Elite Wrestling contacted him to talk about potentially him coming over to AEW? Wouldn't that be tampering? Couldn't Impact Wrestling take legal action against AEW? Am I wrong here? I mean, so here we go. It's This is from PCO. It says, "A few times I had talks with AEW, but right now I can't do anything because I'm under contract with Impact Wrestling." This is PCO talking on the podcast. So again, if he had talks, if AEW contacted him and held talks with him while he's under contract with Impact Wrestling, can't Impact Wrestling take legal action against AEW? Um, but he continued. He said, talking about AEW, he said, "I really like what's going on there right now. I'm really happy with. I'm sorry. Says I'm under contract with Impact Wrestling, and to be honest, he's talking about Impact Wrestling here, not AEW. I really like what's going on there right now. I'm really happy with the way things are going and the way they approach the French Frankenstein and the character and everything. I think they've done a great job. So I don't know. I've got this contract lined up. I've always been very loyal to when I sign a deal somewhere. So I'm the type of guy that's going to ask maybe a special permission just to go and try somewhere else and see how it goes." I think he's talking about AEW there. And we'll see down the line because my contract is finishing up in October. So it's just in June, July, August, September. So you got 4 months left. 4 months left under contract. And he's had talks with AEW a few times. Again, I think Impact could take legal action. I think if Impact Wrestling reads this, they could take legal action. If AEW has in fact spoken to PCO about a contract while he's on a contract with Impact Wrestling, that's tampering. Now, if the talks happened before he signed the deal with Impact, that's a different story. But if I was Impact, I'd investigate that. I would investigate that. But nonetheless, bottom line, his contract is up in October, and it's obvious he has interest in AEW, and AEW has some interest in PCO. So we'll see what happens there. But again, if I was Scott Demore, Impact Wrestling Anthem, I would investigate this. I would investigate this because again, if All Elite Wrestling, Tony Khan called up PCO while he's on a contract with Impact Wrestling, that's contract tampering. That is tampering, and legal action can be taken. Okay, we're gonna leave it at that for now. I got an interview I got to conduct with a rising star of the maritime scene. I'm gonna do that interview now. Release it tomorrow. Watching the news. Anything else breaks, I'll be back. Until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.